Picture this, you have a single dollar in your hand. If you knew that this dollar could split into 4 different machines, each able to copy itself again and again, would you let the machines run, or would you keep the paper locked away? I think the answer is obvious, so the question came itself. Why do most people imagine only one door on the road to wealth when the path actually offers 4 wide gates? Today I'll show you the 4 compounding strategies used by the greatest investors, including Warren Buffett. And remember, the third type is the one they absolutely don't want you to know about, because it's so powerful it can give you initial results in a week, so leave a like so more people will find out about it. Just a reminder, I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for educational purposes only, and any results depend on your own decisions and actions. As we start with the first type of compounding, picture a snowball rolled by a child on a gentle hill. At first, it is the size of a fist. With every slow turn, fresh snow sticks, and soon the sphere becomes so heavy, the child needs both arms. The hill has not changed. The secret was starting early and letting momentum do the pushing. So, the first comes dividend reinvestment, better known as DRIP. Think of every dividend as a tiny apple seed. If you eat the seed, it disappears. But if you stick it back into rich ground, it grows a whole new tree that drops even more seeds. Too many beginners take their dividends as idle cash and leave them in the account like forgotten gym shoes. The smart move is to flip one small switch in your brokerage settings, so each dividend payment automatically buys more shares. Alex, a young nurse, tried this with $50,000 in a high-quality dividend fund and another $50,000 in a real estate company famous for paying investors every single month. The fund yielded about 4%, the company about 6%. Because every payout bought fresh shares, Alex's slice of the fund climbed to $155,000 in 10 years, and the monthly payer reached $76,000. The original $100,000 became more than $230,000, without Alex adding another penny. After 20 years, the total crossed $1 million, and at 30 years, the account was worth roughly $3.7 million. No day trading, no market timing, just seed after seed going back into the soil. Long-term studies on the S&P 500 show that reinvested dividends have created almost 1/3 of the index's total return. So do not let your seeds sit on the table. Plant them again and watch the orchard appear. The best part is that the process is automatic. Once you set DRIP, you can focus on your life while the math quietly builds your future. Very similar to what we do in our free Telegram community. Second is time in the market. This rule is so simple that many adults disregard it. The longer money stays invested, the more seasons it has to bloom. Skipping even a handful of the market's best days can slice your results in half. Ben, a math teacher, placed $70,000 into a broad index fund that owns 500 strong American companies, and $30,000 into a single superstar firm known for constant innovation. The fund averaged about 13% a year, the company nearly 30%. Ben did absolutely nothing but hold. 10 years later, the fund more than tripled while the single stock crawled ahead. 20 years later, the fund was worth $770,000, and the superstar stock, boosted by new gadgets and services, exploded to $5.5 million. After 30 years, his combined portfolio topped $58 million. All Ben did was refuse to panic when headlines screamed, "Think of a bamboo plant. For years you see nothing above ground, then suddenly it shoots up meters in a single season." Patience is the fertilizer of wealth, and the calendar is your quiet partner. The market rewards people who stay seated while everyone else runs around. Instead of guessing when to jump in or out, choose great assets, grab a comfortable chair, and let time do the heavy lifting. Every extra year gives compounding another layer to build on, like stacking bricks higher on a sturdy wall. And if those bricks get bigger, meaning you earn more, compounding picks up speed. And one way to make those bricks bigger is to join my free Telegram community with the link in the description, so you can learn the best business right now, but I'll tell you more about it later. Third comes monthly contributions, also called dollar cost averaging. Some viewers might whisper, "I do not have a huge lump sum." That is fine, because this plan was built for you. Choose an amount, circle a date, and buy every month whatever the headlines say. The habit trains you to ignore fear and greed and smooths the price you pay. Clara began with $60,000 in a dividend fund and $40,000 in a household brand, then added $1,000 every month. In 10 years, her account showed $79,000 of growth beyond her deposits. 20 years later, it sat near $2 million, and at 30 years, it reached $4.5 million. Regular contributions turn dips into discount days and surges into celebration. Consistency may look dull at first, yet under the surface, it is welding the steel beams of your future freedom, brick by brick, month after month. You do not need a sprint, you need strong shoes, a steady pace, and a reminder on the calendar. Fourth is dividend growth. A fat yield can tempt you, yet a rising payout is often stronger over the long run because the income itself compounds. Dylan bought $60,000 of an ETF full of companies that have raised dividends for 25 straight years and $40,000 of a technology titan that hikes its dividend each autumn. 10 years later, the ETF doubled and the tech stock quadrupled, while yearly income grew from a trickle to $8,500. After 20 years, the account was worth over $5 million and paid $35,000 a year. By year 30, annual dividends neared $300,000. Dylan never reinvested the payouts. The raises alone were turbo boosters. Because checks rise, your income can outrun inflation without selling shares. Dividend growth champions protect their streaks like trophies, weathering storms that make high-yield pretenders cut payments. Owning a basket of these steady climbers gives you rising cash plus capital gains, a double gift that keeps on giving. Think of it like a fruit tree that produces more oranges every season. You wake up to bigger harvests while the trunk thickens underneath. Now imagine bolting all 4 engines onto one rocket. You reinvest dividends, you stay invested for decades, you add fresh cash each month, and you choose holdings that lift their payouts year after year. These forces do not merely add, they multiply. Even a modest starting sum placed inside a tax-advantaged account, like a Roth IRA or a TFSA, can leap past the million mark far sooner than relatives who rely on only one engine. Numbers aside, the greatest gift is calm. When markets wobble, you will not panic, because every drop turns into a sale for your next automatic buy. When payouts arrive, they swell your snowball. When time passes, it does the heavy lifting. When companies raise dividends, your cash flow grows while you sleep. 4 engines, 1 ride, lifelong comfort. One question I hear all the time is, what if the market crashes right after I start? Here is the comforting truth. When you run all 4 engines together, the system is built to thrive in every kind of weather. Reinvested dividends, buy more shares when prices fall. Time in the market means you wait for the recovery that always followed past downturns. Monthly contributions turn every dip into a discount sale. Dividend growth companies often keep raising payouts even in recessions, sending you fresh cash when morale is low. In effect, you own an automatic shock absorber that smooths the ride. You do not need perfect prediction skills. You need faith in arithmetic and human progress. History shows that diversified markets have climbed higher after every slump, and steady investors who kept feeding their portfolios came out stronger each time. Crashes feel scary in the moment, yet they are fuel for disciplined compounding too. And to add even more fuel and make compounding easier, you can simply join my free Telegram community with the link in the description. Here I'll explain step by step how to start a successful YouTube business without putting your face on the line. I'll give you my strategies on how I make all my channels explode, and to prove to you that it really works, just look at this channel, which is the most obvious proof. Before we finish, breathe and picture the statement you will hold 30 years from now. Which of the 4 engines will you boldly switch on tonight? Answer me in the comments, and if you found value in this video, smash the subscribe button. also hit like, and I'll see you soon in the Telegram community. I'll wait for you.